Let me get the shitty terms and conditions out the way and all that, just to cover my own ass. I will state, this tier list is purely based on my own personal opinions, my honest experiences with these clans. It has not been influenced any way by Periscope, by Snazzy, any other devs. This is all me and my shittiness. That's it. So before anyone starts crying about why did we get this rank, why didn't we get that rank, it's based on my experience, it's based on my honest opinion. Maybe I had a shit experience with your clan, maybe one of your clan members is a dickhead. Who knows? Maybe work out your own internal problems. You know, I'm putting, that's the brief, like, that's me trying to cool my own ass. S tier. What I consider S tier is a clan who is actively trying to encourage growth in the community. They partake in events. They build up some kind of event that caters to public and also private play. They're generally a good pillar of the community who are doing their best to try push it forward. Below that, good, basically, you know, just not as good as S tier. It's good. You know, you're a good clan. You might not all the way be up there. Doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter the activity. You know, good. Average, yeah, you know, average, it's just... It's average, you know? You're not bad. You're not good. You just, you know, you're just like, I'll take it or leave it. You got your who? I think that's pretty understanding. Like, I'm sorry, but who? Who are you? I've never heard of you. Who the fuck are you? Pretty self-explanatory there. It doesn't necessarily mean you're bad. Doesn't necessarily mean you're good. It just means I don't know who the fuck you are. Maybe take that as constructive criticism and get involved in more events. Create some events. Do some collabs with other clans. Get your name out there a little bit. If I don't know who you are, generally I think most people won't know who the fuck you are. And then at the bottom we've got terrible. I mean, terrible is just... It is what it is. You're dog shit. I don't rate you. Now, does that mean everyone in the clan that goes into terrible is a horrible person? No, not at all. Not at all, not at all. But if I've had a bad experience with your clan, it could just be one individual who ruins it. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm going to tarnish you all with that same brush. What can I say? But I hate to say this, like, the first... Catch me outside. The first clan on the list? The 10th PD? I'm sorry, but I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm sorry. I'm 10th PD. You're not bad. You're not good. I just don't know who you are. I got linked your name and your logo. Hey, if you was an event that I casted or partake in, hey, I'm sorry. What can I say? The 13th Airborne. Okay. Okay, I have heard of the 13th Airborne. You're going in average. I believe I've seen you in a few, like, post-scriptum, realism, one life events. You go in average. I can't think of anything remarkable about you. I can't think of anything that stands out. I think you're an American, mostly unit. I don't know. They're dead now? Well, there we go. They're average. Then at least I've heard of them, you know? The 193rd Glider Infantry Regiment. I have seen these guys in events. I have casted some games where they were in one life events. I don't think they're very big clan. They were very mixed. I'm going to put them in average. I'm going to put them above the Airborne because I recognize them more. Terrible logo, though. I don't know what the logo is. Airborne clearly have a better logo. Average. Average. And just to get rid of any confusion, the clans on the left, like here, rank higher than the clans on the right. So if you're further to the left, you still rank higher. So they might be average, but they still rank higher than Airborne because they're closer to the left. If you've never seen a tier list video, that's the rules. First AL. First AL. Quite a well-known clan. Only what? only one of the only clans that has an active public server still. They do partake in some events, not really one life events, not really realism events. They try to be more competitive. Didn't do too well on that front. They boycotted season 3, I believe, the season that I hosted, because they didn't like some fair rules that I put in place, so they boycotted it and they tried to make their own tournament. I'm also banned from their server, and when I reached out asking why I was banned from their public server, I never got a response. They also have rules for content creators on their public server, making it incredibly more difficult to get actual content to help advertise the game. So I think everyone can see where the wind is blowing with this one. Terrible clan. You're actively harming the game. Just because you have the numbers to seed a server doesn't mean you're helping the game. Anyone else could do that if they put in the effort. First AL, first terrible clan. I'm sorry. In my eyes, you actively damage the community. You're not helping it grow at all. You're making it incredibly hard for content creators. You don't partake in events. You boycotted season 3 and tried to make your own season, and that failed flat. You dragged away clans with it to make season 3 even harder for me and the other admins. First terrible clan. First Battalion, 505th PIR, good clan. Oh, sorry, I'm dragging it from the wrong place. The 1st Battalion, the 505th PIR, good clan. I don't know how active they are these days, but they take part in plenty of events. Competitive, realism, one life events. They took plenty, they got involved. Never heard a peep of drama from them. Always nice and responsive when I had to speak to them. Decent clan. Decent clan. Respectable. I don't know if they're still that active. I'd have to look into it, because I've been away from the community. Good lads in the 505th. There we go. Good lads. The PIR, I know them most as a PIR. That's the little 3-letter clan tag. Good lads. Good lads. Good eggs. Good eggs. Respectable. Okay, who we got next? The 1st Parachute Regiment. Average. Average. I'm going to put them the highest average so far. I see them similar to PIR, but not as active. I don't think they ever got their feet off the ground. I could be wrong, but I knew they always tried to get involved where they could. Do they exist? I don't think they do. But they tried to get involved where they could. They were reasonable. They were respectable. So I've got to give them that. You know, they're average. You know, it's not a who. They were there. They tried, and they also had a pretty decent logo. Unless I spend 30 minutes talking about the 1st RB, which I might. The 1st Ranger Battalion. Hey, I might spend 30 minutes. Now, you see, these guys are a straight polar opposite of what I feel about the 1st AL. 1st RB, they take part in every single community event that comes across. Doesn't matter if it's a competitive event, doesn't matter if it's a one life event, realism event, historical enactment event. 1st RB, always respectable. They always take part. Not only that, they've made and contributed incredible amounts of effort into making a mod that vastly improves the enjoyment of the game and helps other modders and communities create events. Big tick to their name. Not only that, 1st RB was the first non-European clan that signed up to Season 3. They were respectable to the European players. They offered to play on an EU servers. And as NA players, obviously, you know that gives EU a massive advantage. 1st RB, incredibly respectable, always nice. Lead hosts of the AEF community that hosts weekly events, month-long campaigns. At this point, I would say 1st RB is what you need as a community pillar. They're easy S tier. The amount of effort they go into, trying to include everyone, trying to be respectable, nice, create new content, work with content creators, easy S tier. I don't know your full... I think it's the 2nd Panzer Division, right? This clan. Who's trying to throw shade? Okay, the 2nd Panzer Division. I'm gonna put a low good. A low good for now. Purely because I don't think the 2nd Panzer is that active. They do take part in events from what I understand and what I remember. I remember them. I think they play a lot of tanks. They usually have like a 4-man tank crew in like events and stuff. Quite a small clan. I could be wrong with this. You go a low good for now. I don't really have much to say. You're kind of one of those like, you're not a who, but you're like a... The 363DD. German clan. Quite active. Takes part in mostly realism events and one life events. They do take part in competitive. I have seen them a lot. If you've ever come and watched my stream, they're in events quite a lot. Easy, high, good. Nothing else to say. They've always been respectful. Never had an issue with them. Not German? They're not German? Who are they? Never had an issue. Oh, are they the American, but they've like got a German name? Either way. Good clan. Good clan, active in the community, always willing to collab with other clans. The 3rd Valchenjäger Division, or the 3FJD? The 3rd Valchenjäger Division. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think you're a who. I'm pretty sure I've heard the name, and I could be mistaken here. But I don't know too much about you. I think I've seen you in like one event. I'm gonna put you as the lowest average so far. You're on the borderline of who. 40-1. When I first got in, they're joining the AF. Good for them. When I first got into Postscriptum, 40-1 were up there. They were up there. They were top tier. Always willing to help. Always willing to like get involved in events, whether it's one life or competitive. There was more on the competitive side. They took part in all 3 seasons, 40-1. But then there was a lot of internal drama, and they fell to pieces. And it wasn't always smooth sailing, which I'll get onto in a little bit. But they don't play Postscriptum anymore. They fell apart. There's a lot of drama. It's simply a terrible. You don't... sorry, you're dead now. You're dead. You're the 2nd terrible. There's nothing else to say. You started out as a burning star, but you burned a little bit too bright, and you just went whoosh. You're gone. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead to me. The 5th gigabytes. The 5th gigabytes. Gigabytes time, baby. Or the however you pronounce it, the Giebris division. I mean, these guys, every single event I cast every week, these guys seem to be involved in some way. There's usually like 2 to 3 events a week. These guys will be involved in at least like 1 or 2 of them. Always active. Always willing to get involved. They work heavily with a bunch of other clans, such as the 1st RB. Never had a peep of issue from them. Always good, always enjoyable to work with. And the fact I get to call them gigabytes. Try to pronounce them. The gigabytes. The 5th gigabytes. I'm saying it every time. I don't know what you're on about. The 5th gigabytes. Lowest S tier for now. For now. 5th gigabytes. I mean, again, they're another staple of the community. They're one of the only active and pushing forward groups that are trying to keep this game relevant alive. You're the lowest S tier gigabytes, but you're up there. Keep up the good work. Don't let it go to your head. The 505th Infantry Division. To be completely honest, I don't know too much about your clan. There's 2 clans that are called the 505th Infantry Division. I know a little bit, but honestly, at first I thought you were French. Apparently you're a German clan, and I've even put in brackets German. I'm going to put you in average. I simply don't know. I simply don't know too much about you. Apparently you're an active clan. I haven't really seen you involved in events. All right, 6GA. There's 2 of them. I mean, biases aside from the 6GA, if I wasn't even being biased, the guys are making a fucking mod for the game. They're like, they're doing a lot of work behind the scenes for the Shifting Sands mod, some of their clan. There are another one of those clans that are like completely involved in anything that happens, aside from boycott season 3 of my tournament because they were tired. Fuck you. Fine, whatever, bitches. But they were always involved in events. They were always taking part in like One Life events, community events, realism, shit like that. They're making mods. Every week they're involved. They pay me some money. They're the second highest S tier. I'm sorry. They just are. I mean, they're another one of those people in the community that are a pillar. They might not be popular they might not populate the public scene because let's be face it, the public scene is pretty oof right now. It's pretty dog shit. But behind the scenes, they're an easy second S tier. That being said, they do have Garrick. So there are some members of the clan who are pretty dog shit. Garrick, Zoid, Scott. I mean, Storm is... They're good. They're good. They're just straight up good. I'd say they're joint with 363. They're always involved in events. They're always taking part in competitions, One Life realisms. They also help modders. They're a very welcoming community. They always it doesn't matter your language, doesn't matter where you are in the world. They'll invite you. They're not as big as some of these other boys, but they're an easy good tier. I don't think anyone would complain about Storm being a good tier clan. They're respectable. I don't think anyone's ever had any issues with Storm. Ever. The 7 EBCA. I feel like the French community for Post-Scriptum is just in their own little... environment, their own little ecosphere. The French, no one knows what goes on inside the French community aside from the French. It's like absolute barbarians over in the French side of this community. It's chaos. There's always some kind of drama. There's always some kind of like fighting, bickering. I mean, just look at the what was it? The UEFA final on Saturday. Can't trust the French. Poor Liverpool players, man. I grant they are scouts. They deserve it, but still. That being said, they've always taken part in community events. They've always taken a big part in the competitive scene. I don't know how active 7EBCA is because all the French clans seem to eat each other and they seem to gobble each other. There should be a French category. There should be a French category. You're right. I'm just going to put them as a second average. Below terrible. Hang on. At the French line? Are we happy now? The French? I do agree they're kind of in their own category, the French clans. Okay, 7ID. Or the 7ID Gaming, their full name. I mean, again, they're another one of these like smaller clans, these smaller units that are always involved in events and what is happening. They're just kind of small. They don't have like a large part to play. I feel like they're usually tankers. They're usually like a single tanker in events, or like they're like a single infantry squad or something like that. But I always see them active and involved. I've never had an issue with them. I'm going to put them as the lowest good for now. They're like joint with the second Panzers. They're kind of similar to me. I'll put them one higher because I kind of remember 7ID a little bit more. 7AD is exactly the same. The only difference between these two, 7AD is English, 7ID is German, I believe, or mostly. Literally the same. In fact, I'll put 7ID down a little bit. Actually, no, I'll leave them there. I'll leave them there. It's the same. It's the same. They're basically the same. One's German, one's English. Bro, am I getting a ban for saying this name? The 9S. Oh, wait. The 9SS? I recognize them. I recognize the name. I recognize them. They've been involved in some events here and there. Not a lot. The 9th Electricians. Okay, the 9th Electricians. I think they're just another small clan. It's like, put them in the French tier. I think I can remember the names, but again, I feel like when they do get involved, it's only like 4 of them in events and shit. I'm gonna put them mid-average. Mid-average. This one I do know though. The 91st Panzer Divisions. Again, the same. It's basically the same as these guys here. They're always involved in events, but they're always like a small little unit where they basically play tankers or like a small section of their own guys. I feel like they're a filler clan. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean in a way, like, you have an event where it's like, first RB versus 6GA. Maybe a couple of the members from 6GA are late or they can't make it. You head to the 91st PZD and they fill up the numbers. I don't mean that in a bad way. But I do sometimes see them as like substitutes. They're not, they're your bench warmers. Aussie Rumblers? Yeah. I mean, they're Australians, man. They tried their best. Sadly, the Australian scene is dead. Apart from Dan, who tries to keep it alive. They're a good bunch. I mean, you can't be mad at Australians. You can't be mad at Australians, can you? They're pretty nice guys. AIR, Aussie, BR, slash easy, in my opinion. Basically, yeah. I'm gonna put them as good. Just as good. I mean, you can't blame them for their clan struggling to play Postscriptum. They're Australian. There's no servers. There's like 5 guys who play it. They get a low good. Okay, BR1. Didn't these guys die? I heard some like behind the scenes drama that these guys no longer exist. BR1. I can't confirm it. They tried to recruit me to do some Hell Let Loose events. I said yes, I would cast some Hell Let Loose events, but they never got back to me. Very disappointed. So already that kind of pisses me off. I was really looking forward to casting some Hell Let Loose events, but they ghosted me. We've already got 1 American entity. They're also named after a Call of Duty game. They run a pub server. They do get involved in events. They do get involved in One Life and Realism events. I don't think they do much competitive. I'm going to put them as a high average. That's it. That's it. BAI, right? BAI, the Italians. The Brenegata Italia Ariata. What were these guys? Were these Season 1 winners with IL9? Season 1 competitive winners. They're the Italians. Steel Pact, yeah. Mostly competitive players. They don't really take part in real events or historical events, custom events. The more competitive guys. They're the second only active Italian group I know. They do take part in BIA, in thingy events. They get a low good. They're the lowest good. They do play a lot with IR9 because they like to role play. They like to obviously you got the German IR9, very efficient, very good at the game. They know what they're doing. They come up with all the tactics, and then just like real life, Germany's dragging along the Italians who are, they're struggling. They're trying their best. They try their best, but they struggle a little bit. It's CIB, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this name. That's not even how it's spelled. This is their full name. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it because it had all funny letters in it. CIB. I think everyone knows who CIB are. They're another one of those clans. I mean, look at their logo. I've got to say, this is probably one of the best logos of any clan in Postscriptum. Simple as that. They have one of the best. That is like a football logo. You could wear that on a football shirt and it would just be looking good. CIB, always involved in events, whether competitive, real life, historic. I've always seen them get involved. They took part in all 3 seasons, I believe. Their logo is pretty spicy. It is by far probably the best logo. Out of all the logos here, it is one of the best. I don't think they're as active. They go up here. They're the third good. They're right behind Storm, 363 VIB. So, Clan Dream Team took part in Season 3, where I was the admin. And I've got to say, every single argument, every single piece of drama, anything that could go wrong, I was constantly being berated by the leader of Dream Team. Now, I'm not saying, I mentioned it earlier, no, doesn't mean everyone is bad in your clan if I mark it as terrible. It means I've just had terrible experiences. And Dream Team, honestly, their leader at the time gave me so many fucking headaches, I was about to just throw a massive fit. I still have, to this day, this document here. Or it might be another one, I might have hid it. One of these documents is filled with the private messages I got from this individual, and I will save it. I am not going to make it public, but I will simply say it is one of the most horrible experiences I've had when dealing with an individual. They could not take any criticism. They were constantly right. They would insult anyone who disagreed with them. It was close to making me quit being an admin for the tournament and other admins. I reported it to the devs, this individual, about their kind of attitude they had towards other people. It was a lot. And this isn't even all of it. A lot of the messages were sent to the other admins or said in channels in the Discord that don't exist anymore. This is just from my private messages with this person. But hands down, it is one of my worst experiences when dealing with someone. It was almost like they were bipolar and they were constantly switching every couple of minutes between being somewhat someone you could like have a conversation with. And then the next few seconds, they're calling you an idiot. They're calling you a shithead. They barely spoke English. At least when they were in the insulting attitude, they barely spoke English. When they was being respectable, they could understand English. But they would quickly, all of a sudden, when the conversation wasn't going their way, they couldn't understand English anymore. That was it. I hate that person. I never want to deal with that person ever again. That person can go fuck themselves. It was a nightmare. It was horrible. The reason why my replies became slow was because of this person here. It was horrible. I hate them. They should not be involved in the community. They made everyone else's life a living hell. Any clans who fought against this clan will know who I'm talking about. They will know who it is. Any clan who played against them in Season 3 will know the individual I'm talking about and how hard and how difficult they were to work with. It was not a fun experience. I'm not even going to taint the French oui section with them. They are just terrible. Do not recommend. I don't know if their leadership has changed or their officers have changed. I don't know, but fuck me, never join that clan. If that's the kind of person who leads it, Jesus fucking Christ. Good luck to you all. It's the French community amplified, turned up to 11. That's out of the way. Now I'm coming to my Brazilian boys. Bro, CF, the Brazilian boys, who doesn't like the Brazilian boys, man? The CF clan from Brazil, South America, amazing guys. Recruited them into Season 3. They were the first clan to join up for Season 3, and they made a collaborative team for the Brazilian guys. Amazing guys. Always fun to work with. They're always just positive and energetic. They don't give a shit. They just want to have fun and play. Easy S tier. I don't give a shit. Easy S tier. These a tier above S. They're cool. They're awesome. I recommend if you want to play with a group of people who just want to have fun and they don't give a shit, they will do anything. They'll play realism events. They'll do competitive. They don't care. They just want to get involved. Easy S tier. Amazing guys. Always positive. I can't think of a single bad thing. EVC are the only Russian/Eastern European clan, and I don't think they're really active anymore. They were making the they were behind the red mod, the chapter red mod That's got paused. They're just low average. They're just low average. They were all right. It's just, it was hard to communicate with them. Their activity was not great. When I was working with the devs behind the chapter red stuff and doing interviews, amazing. But when it came to actually playing the game, I can only think of like 2 players I really ever saw at a time. Easy Company. I've heard a lot about Easy Company. I've never had any interaction with Easy Company. I've never played on their... I've played on their server like twice. I've heard a lot of things about Easy Company. A lot of things that put me off getting involved. I don't know where to put this one because the only experiences I have is from other people telling me their negative experiences. I've heard a lot of bad things. Bad things that have affected the community as well, but I can't fact check them. That's the issue. I've heard there's been issues with like basically twisting the arms of the devs to get things how they want them. The leadership has broken down and been accused of some very shady things. Again, I can't fact check any of that. I know it. I'm just going to put it as a low average to keep it safe. I don't know, but I've just heard a lot of things that haven't been too savory. I'll just put it like that. Go do your own research on Easy Company. Low average is how I put Easy. I don't want to go into it. I don't want to go do the research and find out, yeah, that shit is kind of bad. FLL. Fins Let Loose. They don't even play the game anymore. Most people are probably going to say who. They signed up for Season 3. They never arrived. They don't even play Postscriptum anymore. I'm just going to put them in a who. Most people probably don't know who FLL is. And they never turned up for Season 3. They never turned up for Season 3. They never helped their team out. See, if you're saying that, if we go back to Easy Company for a second, we're done with FSL. No one cares. Easy Company, if you're saying like the command is bad, but the players are great, my advice to the people in Easy is join one of these other amazing clans. Get the fuck out of this where there's a lot of shady rumors happening and join a better clan like First RB, 6J, the Gigabyte, Storm, 363, CIB, and so on. Join one of those guys. Don't join the guy who has the biggest name. Bigger number doesn't equal better person. They've never... Okay, from my personal experiences, we'll go into this a little bit. Okay. I've never seen Easy Company get involved in any kind of events. They've never organized any community events. They've never taken part in any mod in existence, aside from odd individuals here and there. Their server is poorly adminned. The rumors about them twisting the arms of the devs to basically get themselves as, we are the sponsors for the game, we are the official server, is bullshit. So you know what? Fuck it. Terrible. How about that? Terrible. Not as Dream Team. Not as bad as Zoid and Garrick and Scott. They're terrible. There, you've changed my mind. Fuck you. Everyone join a better clan. Gamma Company was spawned out of Easy. And they were pretty good. Mr. Pro joined them. He's a partner. And you all know who Mr. Pro is. He's basically me, but not as good. And his Gamma Company, I don't think they're active anymore. But when they were around, they were pretty alright. That being said, they did have a little bit of American toxicity about them. They were kind of like the more edgy American players. Not like First RB, who are like the mature, chill kind of guys. Gamma, they're a little bit more edgy. They're the kind of guys who would play Erica at full, like, volume in-game. This is hard, man. I'm going to put you, I want to say mid-average. I'm just double-checking. This is Le 501st. So we've already had the German 501st. This is the French 501st. And now, that being said, this French clan, I don't know if they fucking blew up and exploded like all other French clans and they imploded. They were very good in every season of the European ladder. They were pretty good. I never had a lot of drama from the 501st in terms of them being a French clan. They were always like respectable. They always tried to like what do you call it? Compromise. They always tried to compromise against other teams when they were having struggle finding a server or a time. They are French. They do a lot of realism. They do a lot of realism events. That, in fact, that's what they mainly do, realism events. And signing up to the European ladder competitive was kind of like a different path for them. And considering they're a realism background, they did very good in the competitive style. Are these Frenchies? They are Frenchies, but they're very good Frenchies, and they're very nice to work with. At least in my experience, they were very understanding. High French. Yeah, I'm gonna put it as the high. They are easily the highest tier French. Good for French standards. Yeah, they were good for French standards. They were good for French standards. Yeah, IO9. They're always involved. I mean, they're season 1 winners with BIA of the European ladder. They're always involved in realism events. Alves, IR9 member, he's doing an event every week. He hosts and organizes an event every week. They're an easy S tier clan. They're up here. These three, 6J, Gigabytes, and IR9, they all work together. They all collab together. IR9, pretty easy to work with. They're very, very dedicated to the game in terms of wanting to win, but also have fun in the game. High remarks for them. That being said, I am going to mark them down to the lowest in S tier because they did have issues with Season 3. They didn't like my very fair rule set that I put, and they did protest too much. She does protest too much. So they are easily the lowest tier because sometimes, maybe if it doesn't go their way, they can be a little bit German. They can be a little bit too German. Le Nouvelle Order? Bro, it's a French who. I don't remember you at all. I think you took part in Season 3 as Band of Frenchies. I cannot remember you at all. Does German clan? There you go, there's your dab. Nomads. Okay. Do you remember when I said what I said earlier about 40 to 1? 40 to 1 broke into Nomads. And my initial experiences getting into this community, like 2 years ago now, was good. 40 to 1s were some of the guys who were very easy to work with at the beginning. Their leadership was okay. I will say, however, during Season 3, and also prior seasons where I wasn't admin, but I did spectate conversations, the leaderships of Nomad at the time, who were 40 to 1, were actually incredibly hard to work with. They were hard to find compromises with. They saw themselves in a righteous spot a lot of the times, and what turned into what started as a good relationship actually soured very quickly behind the scenes for me, in terms of just having a good experience with the leadership. Got sour, seeing some of the things that were said, trying to organize the Season 3, and also trying to what do you call it? Kind of blackmail me into certain decisions that I had to make. It knocks them all the way down to terrible. And it's not good. And again, I don't want to name names, but at one point, someone was making fun of another person's disability, which in my books, I don't give a shit. You're a horrible person. If you're legit making fun of someone's disability in a hateful way, you're fucking out of there, baby. You ain't got no respect from me anymore. Get out. And again, this doesn't mean everyone in Nomads is horrible. It's just from my personal experience, usually dealing with leadership roles in these clans. And I've got to say, Nomad's leadership went from really good to some of the worst I've had to deal with. It was a horrible experience. The things that were said, I do not respect at all. Also, the stupid rules on their servers about having to use a delay if you're a content creator, or having to have overlays, absolutely ridiculous. You're purposely shooting the community in the foot. You're making it hard to promote this game. You are part of the problem to this community, Nomads, your leadership, and yet you see yourself in a position where, no, we're doing good. No, you're part of the problem. You need to have some self-reflection and fix that shit. Oh yeah, also half their players are fucking dog shit. A bit of an exaggeration, not half of them, but every time I've had to communicate with someone, or someone's try to explain game mechanics. You know, you've got that person when you're playing on a public server and there's like trash talk going on in the top left and someone's trying to like, oh no, this is actually how this mechanic works. And they're just completely wrong in how they think the mechanic. That's usually a Nomad player in my experience. The amount of times I've had to explain the rally system, the respawn system, or just the bare bone mechanics of the game, and they have a Nomad tag next to them, like, bro, come on, what the fuck am I? Partisans, love them. Been great to work with. They've been involved in so many events. I haven't heard of any like internal drama or like co-op clan drama. Respectable. Also good at the game. Good at the game. Meh to the logo. I will say the Partisans logo could do with a little bit of an update. It is 2022. You know, maybe update it a little bit. PNG that shit. You know, have a nice look to it, but lowest. Are you S tier yet, Partisans? Are you S tier yet, or are you just the highest good? I'll put it as a low S tier. The lowest S tier right now. You're kind of newish in terms of the other clans, but you definitely you're off to a good start. PIB. Princess something Brigade, Dutch boys. Good clan. Good, honest clan. They're Dutch. They're laid back. Great. Irene? Great clan. Easy. Always been involved in events, whether it's like realism or competitive, in varying scale. Never had an issue working with them. I don't think any other clan has had an issue working with PIB. Did you sub or donate? That's another good question. Not in the past, Carl. How about now? Bro?
Not gonna lie, this Yazoo guy is
there we go. Low S.
growing on people like a tuna now.
Low S.
A nice loaf of bread.
Whoa. What do you omegalul
subscribed.
Thank you. Low S. Low S. I was jumping between high good and low S. PIB. RSI. There you go. Some of you remember it. So it's not a who. omegalul. Spain. Yes, it's Spain. RSI. Sadly, I don't think they're very active. They did take part in season 3. We reached out. I reached out and organized a Spanish team, and RSI were the ones to help organize that. Sadly, I just don't think they're very active. They're not very big. I'm gonna put them as a low good. A low good. Gotta have some Spanish representation on the board. They might not be as active, but they're passionate. They try. It would be nice to see them more involved, especially in like run, life, and realism events. Get some like Spanish players in there. That'd be cool. Have like a little Spanish squad in realism events. Could be pretty cool. So I don't know where to place Leah because I've heard bad things about them. Same as Easy Company. And I respect the people who told the information a lot. I can't verify it. I have no evidence of it. I wasn't provided any. But I've heard some bad things about Leah. Worse than terrible. Racist. This is the kind of thing I've heard. But I haven't seen any evidence of it. I'll have to place it here. Again, I will say, it doesn't mean everyone in the group is, you know, racist or they've said dumb shit. But a lot of this is based on leadership and, like, the uppers of a clan. Because they're the ones who represent you the most. Okay, oh boy. RIP. That's kind of like appropriate timing. Yeah, they are for IR61 are former RIP guys. So RIP, Rusty in Places, is the only clan I've ever been an active member of. I've not been an active member of a clan since. And one of the reasons behind that is the fucking mental damage I suffered while in RIP based on their leadership and how fucking dense the leaders of RIP were. My fucking god. It's actually incredible how in the year 2020 at the time, or 2021, how fucking stupid and behind the times people can be. Rusty in Places is like, they're a group that still thinks the gaming community exists in 2004 with active checks on you have to be active in TeamSpeak. You have to make, at the time, it might change, you have to make 2 weekly posts on this backwards ass dated forum. Who the fuck uses forums anymore? But these were requirements to be a member. You had to do an introduction post. They have a media team. Bear in mind, I have qualifications and work in media. I am a marketer. That is my full-time career. I've been doing it for 10 years. Their media team exists of making forum signatures for their members, for their mandatory time. They're so dated. And yet, at the time, they were the largest active clan in the game. They're still one of the largest active clans for squad. Scriptum is now dead because everyone left. Because the leadership was dog shit. I'm sorry. And this is not everyone. There were some cool leaders. I would say Jonah, Waffle, and JT Infantry. Nice guys. They did their best with what they had. They were under fucking rotten leadership who were just, they didn't give a shit. They didn't give a shit about anyone aside from their own server donations coming in so they can keep just running the servers, ticking over, and playing squad 24/7. They didn't give a shit. Rust is an easy, terrible, right next to Nomad. They ruined my experience of being involved in like a community. They didn't give a shit. They were very argumentative, just like Nomads. If they didn't get what they wanted, they would throw a fit and say, okay, we're not taking part. And anyone who was involved in season 1, 2, or 3 will know this. Like, they will happily just throw their arms in the air and say, okay, we're not getting our way. I'm not going to play. Fuck you. They would hold everyone else hostage. They're a terrible clan. They're not active anymore in Postscriptum. I don't believe. There might be like 1 or 2 people left, but most people left. There was a great exodus after me, by the way. Of yeah, just awful. It's awful leadership, rotten to the core. Another one of those groups that is just rotten to the core. They don't give a shit. Their leadership isn't involved. They don't give a shit about anyone else apart from like their close-knit circle of friends. They don't care. As long as the money comes in for the servers, they're happy. Which is Office of, what is it? The Office of Strategic Services. They work very closely with First RB and like the AEF group. They take part in like the events with basically everyone in the S tier. They host their own events. They help with the modding. I haven't really been involved very much with OSS behind the scenes. I'll have like a guy will DM me asking occasionally like, hey, do you want to cast this event? I'll be like, yeah, sure, okay. And that's basically it. I've never had a bad thing with OSS. It's always just like very short, very brief. Just get to the point and just do it. Has anyone ever had any bad experiences with OSS? I'm going to put them as a high good. They're on par with Storm, 363 VD. Dedicated and capable. I don't think they're as S tier as these boys because I don't think they're as active. But they're definitely up there. They're a high good on the borderline of S tier. That's what I think. I don't think they quite breach into S, but they're definitely up there as very good, very capable. Cool guys. UBA, yes. United Balkans Army. I don't think they're active anymore. I'm pretty sure they like fell apart during season 3. This was another one of those clans that I reached out to in season 3 to try get involved and try to like make more active. United Balkans, yeah, it's kind of an ambitious name, to be fair. It was kind of ambitious, but it was another one of those like regions of the world where I know they had players. I wanted to get them involved in season 3. They did all right. They did all right, but I don't think they're active anymore. I'm going to put them as low average next to EBC. Because, yeah. They were okay when we were there. They never got off the ground. They were just a bit... I'm pretty sure they're French. The Wolfpack. And just like the French community, I honestly don't know too much about them. Apart from it's French. I think they're similar to like 500 First E, where they were they just wasn't a hassle. There was an LBF, that was it. I think they just wasn't a hassle. They just got on with the job, and they kind of threw a little meme here and there, but there was never anything bad with them. They didn't go out and get drama, unlike a certain French clan here. They kind of like compromise and those willing to work with people. Shit, I'm gonna put them as the second highest, right behind the 501st E. They're the second highest French. They're decent. They're decent. The 122nd E took part in season 3. They're a French clan. Didn't really have much drama, but they're French. You go behind Wolfpack. The logo is pretty nice. You go behind them, Wolfpack, purely because you've got a very nice logo. I like that logo. It's like clean. It's modern. It's, again, I'd imagine that on a football shirt. Easy. Second French. IR61. A very small clan. It's people who left RIP because it was dog shit, and they made their own like little small dedicated clan. They've been collabing quite a lot. They've been taking a lot of events. It's just they're incredibly small right now. They're open to anyone. They're not like locked to like German players, English players only. Anyone can join. It's either the highest average or the lowest good. Lowest good. Lowest good. They are the lowest good. They're trying. They're doing all they can. They've got a good team behind them. A good group of people who aren't... It's not like this hierarchical order where like, oh, I'm the clan leader. You do as I say. It's just a bunch of dudes just chilling, wanting to play the game. They're very nice people. They are. They're the good people who was in RIP who left. And then finally, ZOB. Come to Brazil. I mean, come on, man. It's a Brazilian. They're awesome. ZOB, Zob, along with CF. Amazing guys. Absolutely loved them in season 3. Rooting for them to do their best. They're just chill. Everything I said about the CF, same for Zob. They're just chill dudes who just want to have a good time. They don't care. They're the Brazilian guys. Who didn't like the Brazilian team as well in season 3? Everyone was rooting for them. Fucking best. There it is. If I missed a clan, I don't know where I'm pointing. If I missed the clan, then I'm sorry. Send me the logo and I'll add it. But this is my clan. This is my tier list. And I will just say again, this is all based on my own opinion, my own experiences, my own beliefs. If your clan is ranked terrible and dog shit, hey, maybe work on that. Maybe work on that. Make it better. Don't fucking bitch and cry about it. Because granted, I'm probably not the only person who thinks this about your clan. It's probably shared about, you know, and thought about by others. Maybe work on that shit. If you're French, hey, you're French. What can I say? If you're a who, I'm sorry. Get a marketing team. Average, hey, you're doing all right. Keep working on it. Good. Keep it up, baby. Keep it up. You'll get there. S tier, hey man, you know how it is. You're pillars of this community. Without the S tier clans, this community would have been dead long ago. They've really done a good job holding it up, along with people in good as well. And then we've got the Brazilian boys who just the fucking Brazil, man. Awesome. But that is my tier list. I hope you enjoyed. If this does end up on YouTube, there'll be a link to this description below to this tier list where you can do your own. And feel free to come share it in my Discord or DM me it and tell me how wrong I am. But yeah, YouTube. Bye. And a big thank you to my April Twitch subscribers: Curdlechip154, Spezjal, Boswell, Seb6GA, Rocky LD, Sally_Kitty, Callum Derp, Mr. Taichu, Cloud36, Finnyside, Ikadu_the_Noah, Why So Salty I'm Not, It's Carl's Designs, Jabes MX, Ishashashishu, The White Gamer 05, The CJ Reed, and Okinamakibitu.